Hey everybody, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. So for today's pick a card, we are going to be doing the reading of Who Ghosted You. So did someone just get up and walk away and not tell you where they're going? Anyway, so this is a reading about who ghosted you. We have 4 groups in front of us today. I'm going to go through them each one by one with you so you can see the crystals up close. I'll do that now. So group 1, we have the Tangerine Quartz. That's group 1. Group 2, we have the Citrine. That's group 2. Group 3, we have the green Calcite. That's group 3. And group 4, we have the Aquamarine. That's group 4. So take all the time you need to pick your crystal. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I picked clear crystals in kind of like a rainbow order. But I picked clear crystals for to represent ghosts. They're like little ghost crystals. Anyway, timestamps are down below in the comments or in the description box. So once you select your group, you can go down to the corresponding group where it shows your group and the crystal that you picked, and you click that timestamp and it fast forwards you to the exact point in your reading where your reading is. So with that said, I'm gonna let you guys pick your crystal, and remember, pause that video here if you need more time, and then we'll get started, starting with group number 1, the Tangerine Quartz. Hey group 1, this is if you picked the Tangerine Quartz right here. Let's get into your reading. So I want to start off with this fun deck. I got this on Kickstarter. The cards are ginormous. This is one of the first decks that I bought. That was like an indie deck. One of my first indie decks that I bought. But I wanted to go ahead and get oh my gosh, shuffling this is crazy. Get one of these cards for this reading. And then the rest we're going to get from the Austere Tarot and the archetype cards. Let's get a card for group 1 on why did group 1's person ghost them. Oh man, this one must have kind of come out. Okay. The most awkward deck. Fun though. Okay, so let's see. Your card is, I believe this is, I can't remember what purple is. I'm pretty sure because the Aries symbol is here that this is the 4 of Wands, actually. I think this color represents the fire suit. Or there's like different shades of, in this deck, there's different shades of red or pink. And I think that represents fire, the element of fire. So it's wand energy. So yeah, I think with the Aries symbol here, this is the 4 of Wands. Where am I going to put this card? Let's just put it over here. Okay, and then I'm going to get some cards from the Austere Tarot. Fun fact, all the cards I'm using are like gilded. Like they all have the shine on the sides. Okay, so let's get some, actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to get first an archetype card for you guys. This will help us know who this person is that ghosted you. We have Bully. Interesting. Okay. And let's pull then our tarot cards from the Austere Tarot. We have the Death card, and we have the Hangman. Let's get 2 more. What cards need to come out for group 1? We have the 4 of Pentacles, it looks like. And we need 1 more. We got 2 more. We have the Knight. I think this is the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. my God, I guess I can separate these like that. There we go. Bear with me, guys. I am not used to these decks. I haven't used them in forever, but I wanted to cycle through some of my older decks or some of my decks that I don't use that often, so bear with me. I feel like with Bully here, this person that ghosted you was actually really mean to you. Like, you guys are asking about this person, like, why did they ghost me? But I feel like you would have broken up with them, or you would have left them if it wasn't for them ghosting you. There's something about them just being really mean to you. Yeah, I'm sensing they had fears of abandonment. I'm just really reading right here. It says conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. I feel like this person had what's it called? Feelings of abandonment or something, and that's why they are bullying you, or that's why they ghost. It's weird. They had feelings of abandonment, but they're worried you were going to leave them. And they also felt like one of the reasons they ghosted you is because they felt like you were weak or you were not strong enough to put up with their bullshit, essentially. With the Four of Pentacles here, they have really conservative tastes in partners. They kind of keep to themselves in relationships, and when they're showing off their relationship with other people, they're not like very showy with their connection. So I feel like this person, one of the reasons why they ghosted you is you guys may have wanted more PDA than this person really wanted to provide. This person just seems to me very, very private. We also have the Queen of Wands here indicating the dichotomy of introversion and extroversion, and how there's this sense with the lion here. There's this sense of like mystery, but also with like the lion representing pride. There's also this sense that this person had a lot of pride. You know, they want a partner where it's weird. When they want a partner where if they do show off, that partner looks good with them, but they're not very showy with their affections is kind of what I'm seeing. It's almost like they were embarrassed of you or something like that, or they felt like they would be embarrassed of you. So there's something about when you guys are out in public or something like that, like not wanting to show PDA, or with the Knight of Wands here, there could even be another liaison that this person was participating in, like another person that they were hooking up with or something like that. Also with the lion and this thing that looks to me like a mouse, I'm kind of seeing this game of like cat and mouse is kind of one thing that I'm seeing. We have like some panthers over here in this card. I think this was hard for you guys because over here with this Four of Wands, I feel like this person, you felt like this is someone you could marry, or there was some thought that you had about this person where you felt like they were, how do I put this? You felt like they were the one, or you felt like they were someone who was very compatible with you, even though they were being mean to you. It's almost like you guys didn't see that they were being mean to you. The thing is with the Death card here, this relationship represented a powerful transformation for you. So after this relationship was over, or before they ghosted you, they represented a powerful turning point in your own identity. With the Hangman here, it shows that like this kind of shifted your perspective a little bit, and also it broke your stasis. There's something about this person may have been the first person that you started dating in a long time after not dating people for a while or something like that. And because you started dating this person, or because there's just in general this vibe that they were your awakening, right? Like they awakened you into the dating scene. Like after them, you were like, whoa, now I really want to date. Or whoa, after them, it's like, and it's interesting. I think you guys are hung up on this person. You're curious why they ghosted you because there wasn't really any obvious signs. Like they weren't really like sharing too much why they ghosted you. I even think the reasons they were being mean to you, like the fact that they were being mean to you, it's like, they weren't really being mean to you about reasons that they would even ghost you on. So it's one of those things where you probably thought they were like playfully teasing you or something like that. But they were actually like their intention, they were more mean, like if that makes sense. Like they were trying to be mean to you. With the Knight and the Queen here, we have a little bit of a student-teacher relationship going on because we have someone that's in the same suit but a younger person. So we have the Queen, who's an older, nurturing mother figure. Then we have the Knight, which is an impulsive, like teenage kind of energy. So we do have this like vibe of like with the Queen here trying to tame someone who's wilder with like nurturing energy. I feel like this wild person was them just because this bully card showed up, but it could also be you guys. The just general vibe is that you had this like nurturing component to you and you were trying to tame them or make them kind of fit for a relationship with you. Like you kind of had this nurturing attitude towards them where they had a more impulsive, like sexually adventurous attitude towards you. Yeah, with the Four of Wands here, I feel like you felt like this person was the one. I'm also seeing this guy with the wheelbarrow right here. I feel like this person, this relationship was a lot of work. And I think that looking back on it, if you look at the clues, basically, you'll realize like, whoa, this person, this was a lot of work. Like, I'm glad you guys dodged a bullet, basically is what I'm trying to tell you. Even though this person ghosted you, it's like you dodged the bullet. Like, I feel like one of the reasons probably why they ghosted you too is that you might have been too good for them. On a subconscious level, they knew that you weren't the right person for them because you were like on a better plane than they were. We do have the Queen of Wands representing you guys, which I'm pretty sure is you, and the Knight of Wands representing them. So I feel like you were of a higher status than them. Like you were them kind of grown up. There's something also here with the Four of Pentacles with the hair here. Them might thinking that you're a little expensive. Like maybe you have expensive tastes or maybe you like to spend money on certain things and they maybe thought that you had too much of an expensive taste for them. So they may have thought that like maybe you spend money too recklessly or something like that. There's something about their conservative beliefs clashing with a more liberal, open-minded, open-ended expression of you guys. Yeah, this person reminds me of like an introvert, like really closed off, kind of mean, pushy in a really quiet way is kind of the vibe that I'm getting with them. But definitely sexually adventurous as well. I feel like this person was sexually adventurous. I feel like they could have had, even though they're more introverted, I still feel like this person could have had multiple sexual partners when they were courting you, like while they were dating you. If this is just someone you were just starting to see when this kind of connection happened, this probably is not going to surprise you guys that much. But for some of you who are coming here and this is a person that you were actually in a relationship with and you had a commitment with, I still feel like they could have cheated or they could have had flirtations with the opposite sex or the sex that they're interested in. But yeah, this person definitely transformed you. There's this vibe that like you are a different person before and after this person. Like they represented a huge chapter of your life closing. The fact that they ghosted you shifted your perspective on relationships. It also became your awakening. I feel like you guys also adapted some of this night energy when you guys left this person. There's a feeling of absorption that you absorbed their kind of like sexual charge is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And it stimulated you to have your own sexual escapades or your own hookups, basically. I feel like you guys were playing the field after you met this person. There's this vibe of like you kind of wanted it all too after this person, and you were looking for something really serious, I think is what happened. I think this person you thought was a serious person, you thought was a serious kind of relationship for you guys. But then after this person, you realize like, wow, I want something that's like truly serious. And I'm getting this vibe where it's like you thought this person was the one, but because they ghosted you, and because there were like all these, you guys may have noticed after they ghosted you and after some time has passed that like, they were kind of mean to you and they weren't the right fit for you. You kind of see it in retrospect, I'm kind of seeing. And this reading is just confirmation of that. There's this vibe here with the Knight of Wands that like, and also the Queen of Wands. And there's this vibe that like you guys wanted something serious after this, but because you thought this person was so close to what you wanted, it's like if this didn't work out, the whole playing field's open, right? It's like anyone could be your number one person. Anyone could be your soulmate. It's like it's like you left all of the ground rules in the dark, if that makes sense. So for example, you may have thought because you had this clear idea of who it was going to be that you were going to be with in your head, and then you met this person, which is this person, And it was like, whoa, they actually didn't work out. Like, that's so weird. They didn't work out. I totally thought that that was the person that I was going to end up with. And so the vibe that I'm getting here is that you guys said, well, back to ground zero. Like, I feel like you guys wanted to date a lot of different people because you were in this phase of like, I needed to explore to see what I connect with. Because it's like this paradigm got shifted, is kind of what I'm seeing with the Death and the Hangman. You guys had this paradigm shift when this person ghosted you. But why they ghosted you, going back to the question of the reading, they had conservative tastes and beliefs, right? You're a little too liberal, you're a little too open-minded, you're a little too reckless in their eyes, which is hilarious because they're sexually reckless, if that makes sense. Like they don't mind flirting with other people and stuff like that. But then like in other realms, like maybe with finances or maybe with political beliefs, they were a little more conservative or contained, or doesn't even have to be that they had conservative beliefs. It's just that their belief structure was conservative. So they were like closed off. They weren't open to change. They didn't want to see things from a different point of view. So stuck in their ways is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I want to look at this card a little bit more to see if there's any other clues for anything else. I'm going to show it up to the camera too. So we have this eye. It's either Eye of Horus or Eye of Ra. We have some building blocks here. Yeah, I think you really thought you could build a future with this person. We have a white dove. So I feel like the whole time that you were with this person, this bully energy didn't even affect you. I was picking that up earlier, that like you didn't really realize this person was mean. Maybe someone else told you like, hey man, they said some mean stuff to you, and you're like, what? I don't even know. So it's like, not to make fun of you guys. That's just kind of the vibe that I'm saying. It's like you don't have you weren't like aware at the time. And looking back, you're more aware. But it's like this dove is here, and I feel like that just represents that you saw this connection as peaceful until they ghosted you. Yeah, I'm seeing this crown up here and this religious cross. It just reminds me that this person was set in their ways. Also with the crown here, they thought they were royalty, or they had a really high opinion of themselves. And so they didn't want to be with anyone of a lower status than them, right? So I feel like this person, how do I put this? The main thing that's coming across is you're just like too open-minded for this person. I think this person wants something that's a little more structured, if that's even the right word, which is, very interesting, because I think when you met this person, you were like that. I think that you were kind of like, especially with the dating realm, it's like interesting. They were like either hooking up with other people, or they were flirting with other people, or they had their eye on multiple prospects. Even if they were just seeing you, they had their eye on multiple people. The thing with you guys, I think you really thought this person was the one. And so in that way, you were more serious than them, which is ironic because they left you because you weren't as serious as they were, basically. I'm seeing these pumpkins in the Hangman card on the bottom of this card, and they're like lit up, but they look like woe. They're like woe is me kind of faces. I feel like this person caused some pain, as far as like you were a little butthurt about it. And there's something about 3 here. So for example, this could be 3 days that it took you to get over this person ghosting you. For some of you, it was 3 weeks. And for others of you who were in a relationship with a person, it was a 3-month window of healing with this person. There's a message here about cat and mouse, and I'm not quite sure what the message is at this point in the reading. I'm going to keep looking for a second or two to see if I can see what the message is about cat or mouse. Also with the lion with the lights coming out of his eyes, I'm definitely thinking that you saw through them a little bit. The knight, actually, the person has light coming out of their eyes as well. So it's almost one of those weird situations where maybe your animalistic side saw them clearly and their human side saw you clearly. And so it was kind of this side of like the other one being blind in the area where the other one was like proficient in. That might have been where the cat and mouse game came from a little bit. With the Aries energy here, I'm seeing like false security, as far as like this person may have approached you, or you've approached them. There's something about the very initial meeting between both of you that was very, felt good. It felt real. Someone approached someone very like aggressively or assertively, and so the other person thought that other person was serious, but really they weren't. Honestly, guys, that happens sometimes when people approach you pretty assertively. You know, there's a lot of people who are playing the field. Anyway, that's why they ghosted you. I'm not getting any more messages for this group, so I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you guys for letting me read for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next pick a card. Moving on to group 2 with the Citrine. Bye, guys. Hey, group 2, this is if you picked the Citrine. This lovely yellow golden stone. So I'm using new decks today, guys, so bear with me. The messages are coming through slower just because I'm not used to using these decks, but I wanted to use them anyway because I want to start using some of the decks that I keep aside or that I've neglected, I'm trying to reuse some of those. So this is a deck that I bought a long time ago off Kickstarter. I'm going to be using this for some of the messages. The deck is huge, so I have to shuffle like this, and yeah, it's... Now I know how other readers feel when they have to shuffle, because I know a lot of readers that are like really tiny, you know, and then they have to shuffle these big ass decks with their little hands. And now I know how they feel. It's karma. Okay, so this one wants to come out. We have for your card, we have, I believe this is the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, we have Virgo energy there. This is the 9 of Pentacles. I'm going to leave that over to the side and we'll get the rest of your cards. I want to get an archetype card to see who this is that ghosted you. Who is the person for group 2? Who ghosted group 2 that they've come to this today to hear about? We have victim and slave. And I'm going to pull some of these Austera tarot cards. See why they ghosted you. This is the 5-4. This is the 4 of something. I'm going to look it up real quick and I'll get back to you guys on what this card is. Because it's hard to, like, I think this is why I don't use these decks sometimes, because some of these decks, like, they don't have exactly what it is on the card. Like, with the flags here, I'm thinking this is the 4 of Wands, but who knows? Let's see what else comes through. What other cards are coming out? I feel like shuffling. A solid shuffle here. Okay, what other cards need to come out? We have the King of something, because I can't tell. Let's see. I'll look it up, guys. Don't worry. I'm going to look it up right after this. And okay. This card, we have the 5. That's Cups for sure. 5 of Cups. Maybe this is the King of Cups up here. Oh, there's a candle, so I don't know if candles are wands, but the rabbit in the last card was a pentacle card, but that was also a 4, so I feel like this is the 4 of wands. Let's see what other card is coming out for you guys in this reading. Let's draw. And we have this looks like the 3 of Pentacles. I'm gonna guess this is the 3 of Pentacles. Let me look up those other cards for you guys real quick and see what. Yeah, so I'm right. This is the 4 of Wands. Let's look at what that King is. That's the 3 of Pentacles. That's the 5 of Cups. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is taking forever. I'm just like trying to look up these cards. And this is the King of Cups. Okay. Okay. My intuition has not failed me yet. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this person has dual energy with victim and slave here. Okay, so I'm going to get into it. Slave seems like the most relevant card here. Victim is kind of coming through as a secondary card, but let's get into it with the personalities. So first of all, we have the King of Cups right above the Three of Pentacles. I do feel like this person was a subordinate of yours of some kind. So for example, I feel like you guys watching this were the boss and this person was below you or had a job below you. There's something about this person could have, when they ghosted you, they could have quit their job position and left work when they ghosted you. Or they treated you like an authority figure, almost like you were a coworker, and then they ghosted you. So for example, they may have wanted to like engage in some business project with you and then wanted to make you the boss of it and said like, oh yeah, we can do this project. I've got this great idea. I want you to manage it though. I want you to be the boss. By the way, like, let's hook up too, you know, like, by the way, let's make something, let's hook up as well. You know, there's kind of that vibe going on here. With slave here, I feel like they were in a subordinate position to you in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like you were the dominant one in this connection, or you were represented as the dominant one. Now, if they weren't actually your coworker, they wanted to work for you. There's something about you had a position of leadership or some like influence in a money-making sphere, and you had power over this person as far as like something they wanted, right? They may have sold you or told you that they were like really not doing so hot. With the victim card here, I feel like they mentioned that like, you know what, I'm like really struggling. Like I need this job because I am so poor. I'm so broke that I don't have money to do this or something like that. So they played the victim card to try and get like a job from you or something like that, or try to get some of your resources or something along those lines. The victim card is interesting here because it's like, it's along with this slave card. They kind of looked up to you and worshiped you, but at the same time, they played victim to get your sympathy and support. They tried to play like, oh, I'm like a poor, starving person, like, take care of me. You know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. We do have you represented as an authority here as the King of Cups, which, because it's a cup card above the pentacles, it just shows that they were interested in you romantically as well. They were just also trying to get something from you. This cup energy here as the King of Cups also shows me that you guys had an intuition about this person and it made you not want to hire them. Or if you did hire them, you regretted it as soon as you hired them. There's something about either you felt like you were rushed into a decision and you didn't want to be rushed into the decision, but you made the choice anyway, or your intuition caught it in time for some of you and you didn't hire this person and you said, let's just only date, or let's just only be a thing, or let's just only flirt. And you may have told them too that like, I can't date coworkers, so we can date or you can work for me. And then, but I'd rather date you, or maybe you guys set up that rule where you'd rather date them, so you didn't give them the job. There's something along the lines here of like work in a work environment interfering with you guys, and you guys having some form of power over this person, or having something they wanted, right? You had something they wanted, and they felt like they were in a subservient position to you, and they were almost like begging you, and they were pleading with a victim mentality. They were using a victim mentality to say like, oh, like maybe it was something about like, maybe you had, for example, maybe you're really like well endowed physically. Maybe you're like a bodybuilder or something like that. They would have come up to you and said like, oh my gosh, I have no motivation. I'm so lazy. Like, will you help me? Like, if you don't help me, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I need your help. And you might have a rule like, people that I train, I'm not going to just date them, right? Like that's a separate thing. Training and dating is separate. So it could be anything. It could be a work environment too, where they're trying to get money out of you, or a work environment. I'm seeing this Three of Pentacles talking about teamwork. So they were probably trying to join some team or group of people that you had. It's not the Three of Cups. If it was the Three of Cups here, I would say they were trying to ingratiate themselves into your friend group because they wanted your friends and they saw you as the leader of the group of friends and they wanted to just be in the group. They wanted like social acceptance. This is a Pentacle card. This is talking about work stuff. This is talking about money stuff or practical things or like tangible, physical, sensorial type things. So you had something they wanted. Another thing, and the reason they ghosted you is because they either didn't get what they wanted or you realized later that they weren't what they said they were, and there's some kind of work relationship discrepancy, and you cut it off, one or the other, and you thought they would stick around with the other department. Like for example, if you cut off the relationship part and they were working for you, you thought they'd still stick around, but they really wanted love too, right? They wanted to be in a relationship too. Or there's something about you guys cut off the work environment and they only wanted the work environment, and so they like left you because of that, because they wanted to be in that work environment or to get money off of you or something like that. Also here with the Five of Cups and the Four of Wands, I'm seeing this polarity or this dichotomy of really, really highs and really, really lows. So for example, there was a lot of celebration between you two. They may have given you like a whirlwind romance, or they may have put you in a position where you were, I feel like they either were like highs and lows, like they had like really high moods and really low moods, or really, really pessimistic moods or really, really optimistic moods, and they would switch between those, or the relationship was like that, is kind of what I'm seeing. We have the World here in this. Yeah, it's interesting because this is the Nine of Pentacles, indicating that they were looking for some kind of wealth, but the nine's also like a card of independence. And so I'm definitely seeing there's this vibe of like, maybe they really secretly just wanted to be independent, but they needed you to get ahead in life or something like that. With the nucleus here, I feel like they were trying to get to your core. So everything they did, they were trying to get to your inner core to affect you. So all of their manipulations, all of the things that they said or did, all of the ways they were behaving, and they might not have been manipulative. I'm saying manipulations because that's how I'm seeing it from their perspective. It's like they were trying to get something, right? And you guys either weren't having it, your intuition shot up and you were like, no, something clicked in you guys that was like, this is not right. And then they kind of left. And it was kind of like the universe protecting you guys, to be honest. They tried to get at your core. They were trying to get at the core of your being. They were trying to figure out who you really were, how you really tick, how you really are, and they were going to try to manipulate that to get this job opportunity or what they wanted, right? I think you guys had a lot of fun too. This person, I feel like you guys had a lot of fun. You had a lot of flirty moments. There's something with this woman right here, and she's like very well endowed, but she has this very sad face. And I'm kind of seeing this as kind of like a discrepancy. Like someone was really hot, but the other person didn't want that person to touch them or something like that. Like someone was really like attractive and the other person was like standoffish or something like that. Or someone was like sad and someone tried to use physical charm and like their physical prowess and their body to get the other person to lighten up, and that person wouldn't lighten up. Like I said, we have highs and lows here. It's like one person was trying to, they probably could have even just used sex in general. Like one person was trying to use sex to get someone to cheer up or like to cheer them up, and the other person was not having it. And they were like really like depressed about it, or the sex wasn't cheering them up, and that was like a red flag. But I'm being told that was like a red flag. That if you guys, for example, in another future relationship, if you're trying to get intimate with someone and it's not helping them cheer up or they're turned off by it, that's a red flag. That means that person's not, and I'm being told that applies for future relationships too. That's like a red flag. That person is not interested. Or for example, if you're in a depressed state and someone's trying to cheer you up with sex and that's not how you prefer to be cheered up, that's also a red flag. That means that you're not going to be cheered up in that specific way. Maybe someone plays your favorite movie and that's what cheers you up instead of like throwing themselves at you, you know? So whatever the case is, whatever side you were on in this particular situation, your flirtation style is different. At the core level, your flirtation style is different. So that red flag could have been a reason why they ghosted you, because they saw the red flag and you guys didn't see it, but you're supposed to see it now. That's why I'm telling you about this red flag. If there's discrepancies in the sexual department, like someone's not in the mood or anything like that, I feel like that's a real sign that this person is not for you. Whether you're on the side of being the one that was trying to use sex to cheer someone up, or whether you're on the side of the person who was being tried to cheer up with sex, basically. I see this road pattern here, and I'm seeing that you guys have, and it's like a ribbon that's shooting through the earth here and then through the cosmos up here. And there's like this angel right in the middle. So there's this vibe that I'm seeing that you guys are protected on your path. You have angels looking out for you from your lowest earthly manifestations to your highest, most cosmic. So what do I mean by that? That means that like at your worst, at your basest, at your lowest, when you guys are acting like idiots, sorry, I'm being really frank right now, but when you guys are acting like, when you're acting really dumb and you're like, man, I don't deserve this because I'm being really dumb right now. Your angels are still with you. They're still supporting you. Even at your lowest lows, basically, they're still with you. They've still got your back. They know you're trying your best. They know you're doing your best with what you got. They've got your back. And even at your highest highs, they're still going to protect you. They're not going to leave you hanging just because you're in a high emotional state. I am seeing this pattern of high and lows here. You may have had an epiphany in this connection when the relationship was low or high. You may have realized that, you were getting signs on either end of the spectrum that this person wasn't right for you, but maybe you guys were ignoring them or something like that. I'm seeing these 3 little astronauts here. I feel like this person, someone could have had 3 kids, or someone could have wanted 3 kids. Someone could have talked about wanting kids and they wanted 3 kids. Another thing too is that someone may have had 3 kids or 2 kids and a pet or something like that. Yeah, this ribbon that's tying throughout this whole card, the ribbon's basically saying that you guys are on a path to success, to money success, and this person just wanted on that path, basically. And you guys are on your own path to money success. You guys are going to achieve wealth and prosperity in this lifetime. I'm hearing that this wealth is going to bring you serenity. It's going to bring you peace of mind. And this ribbon, this road, right, is going through every part of your life, and your angels are connected to this ribbon, is kind of what I'm being told. Yeah, I'm seeing this snake here in this 5 of Cups. It's possible that when you were really low, or when the relationship was low and you were feeling at your lowest moods with this person, that's when they would try to manipulate you the worst, is kind of what I'm seeing. And like I said, this is coming from their perspective. They were trying to get something from you when you were in a low mood, something like that. And it wasn't working. It was just making you feel more depressed, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Yeah, this person definitely needs a lesson in knowing when's the right timing to ask someone for something, for sure. I feel like they were trying their hardest to do their best to get what they wanted out of you, but they're just not, there's people in the world that would have approached you at the right time, group 2. I'm just telling you, there's people in the world that would approach you at the right time and you would feel easily like giving to someone else. It's not that you're selfish either. This is like the kind of vibe of someone who probably could have said you're selfish. I don't think the relationship got that far. I think this person left or ghosted you before it could get that far. But I do feel like this person may have made you feel selfish, or maybe you felt selfish because this person, the way they were acting, you felt like, man, maybe I should help them. But yeah, their victim front is like an act. I'm going to tell you that right now. The victim front is like an act. It says playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. I think that's like a big, strong point here that this person needs to learn, is they need to learn how to maintain boundaries. You may have taught them that, actually. I feel like you guys are very good at boundary setting. You probably set really good boundaries in this connection, and I do feel like this person learned that from you. So even though they ghosted you, they were like, wow, they really stood up for themselves, or wow, they really stuck to their guns, something like that. I feel like even if you guys were late in the game and you offered them this job, or you offered them this position, or you gave them a little piece of your pie, right? I feel like you still afterwards set a boundary. It was like, look, I realized I made the wrong choice. I'm going to have to let you go, whatever, 30-day grace period if it was a job or something like that. I'm going to have to let you go. or I don't want to be romantically involved with you anymore, but you can still work here. There's something along the lines of that where you kind of set a boundary or a rule, which is healthy and normal. And I think any partner that's going to be with you is going to respect those boundaries. It's like normal to set boundaries like that, just wanting to let you guys know you're not selfish. But yeah, let's see if I see anything else. I think that's about it. The main message here that wants to come through, a little side message, is you guys are on your way to success. You're on your way to career success. You're on your way to success with your job. You're already in a position of authority. You're halfway there, right? If you guys are climbing the ladder up like the rungs to like get to a higher position in your life financially, your angels are guiding you there. They're this ribbon, this road that's going through them. Your angels are sharing that. They're on that journey with you through the highs and through the lows, right? Even if you get in a relationship that makes you feel like you're on a roller coaster, they're still going to be with you to pick up the pieces or to lift you, pick you up when you're feeling down, and keep guiding you even when you feel so high that you can't see straight, right? So yeah, so I'm going to end the reading there. If you guys like this reading, like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading, feel free to subscribe to the channel, especially if you resonated with my energy. And with that said, we're going to end the reading there. We're going to move on to the next group. I will see you guys in a future pick a card or later on the channel. Goodbye. Hey, group 3, this is if you picked the green calcite, this lovely stone. So let's get into your reading, all about why did they ghost you? So why did... I know these cards are ginormous. I'm using decks that I don't normally use, and they're all for various reasons. Like the Austera Tarot I don't use because it's so hard to tell what the cards are. They're not like numbered easily. And in this deck, the cards are just so big that like they're hard. Oh, this one wants to come out. Okay, so the card we have here for you guys is the Two of Cups. And then I'm gonna get a archetype card, see who this person is that ghosted you, why they ghosted you. We have Seeker. And then, sorry for hitting the table. And then we have this Austera Tarot. We have the Emperor. Too many cards came out, so I'm going to shuffle some more and get different ones. Okay. Wow, everything went everywhere when I hit the table just now. Did the... You still... Okay, so let's just... Okay. This card doesn't want to go back in, so we're going to take it. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Let's get a few more here. Perfect. 3 is what we needed. So we have the Strength card, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have 3 of Swords. Okay. For a lot of you, I think this person is coming back. Like, I know they ghosted you, but I think this person is coming back. There's a lot of positive cards here. I feel like you left a really good impression on this person. With the Two of Cups here, I feel like this person with the 2 people kissing, I feel like the first kiss was phenomenal. I feel like you guys are really good kissers, and I feel like this person thought so too. The interesting thing is this person saw definitely saw a future with you, saw you guys as a committed thing, a partnership. They saw you as a counterpoint to them. So they really vibed with you on that level. With Seeker here, it says thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And then Shadow Attribute says inability to commit to a path once found. The Shadow Attribute's really sticking out to me. I feel like there's a few things here. This person... With the Knight here and the Emperor, it's like this person met you when they were really young. I'm also seeing like the bear here, and like in the gay community, bears are like the daddies, right? So I'm seeing this like vibe of like, and the Emperor is like my father card. So I'm seeing this vibe of like this person like feeling like you were at this position in life, and you don't have to be gay watching this for that analogy to apply. It's just this person felt like you were more mature than they were, and they are still exploring relationships, and they didn't realize that until they met you. They're like, wow, this person's so good. This is such a good person, but like I don't feel like settling down. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this person. It's like with the seeker energy here, it's like they want to keep learning. They're thirsting after more knowledge, after more experiences. So they like met you and they're like, whoa, this person's perfect, but it's not the right time. Like this is not the right time for me to be with this person. Inability to commit to a path once found is another issue that they have. It's like, wow, this is such a great person. Great. And then like in their head, they're like, oh my God, now what? Oh my God, now what? And they're thinking like, oh my God, if this is it, this is marriage then. This person's so good, this is marriage material. So if this is marriage, then I'm done. I can't date anyone else. Like I'm settling in for life. Like that's all there is to it. I gotta run. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. It's like they thought you were a really good option. They thought you were a very solid option. With the Emperor here, they thought you had a lot of wisdom. There's something about you guys having a strong sense of self. Also with the Strength card here below the Knight, it's like they were really attracted to your strength, I think is what is coming through here. And with Wheel of Fortune, I think they just thought there were more options available, or they thought that like, it's hard to explain because I feel like they felt like they would have had, there's a lot of good coming through in this pile. Like they felt like you would have had a very lucky, fortuitous life together. You would have provided a lot of support for each other with the Strength card here, a lot of positivity. They would have learned so much from you. It would have been very good for them to like learn from you. There is something coming through here with the Three of Swords. There is a 3-strike, you're out mentality. And this could appear in many different ways for the situation. It could be that they need 3 more heartbreaks, or they need a few more heartbreaks in order to feel ready to commit to someone. They need a little more hurt in their life. I know that sounds like messed up, but like they definitely need some more life experience is kind of what I'm getting. And it's life experience that you guys probably couldn't provide them. They need to have their heart broken a little bit before they can settle down with a really good option like you guys. With the Three of Swords here, this could have been played out with like you guys having a 3-strike and you're out mentality. Like, I only give so many chances and then you're out. And then they kind of just thought like, well, I'm going to end up messing that up. And so they left anyway. They kind of left before they had the 3 strikes, you're out thing. So if you guys are the type of person, and that's only going to apply for some of you, but if you're the type of person who brought that up in the relationship, like, yeah, I only give 1 or 2 chances, or I only give 1 chance and then you're out, right? If you're that type of person, or you're like, I only give 3 chances, after the 3rd chance, if you don't like commit, then you're out, right? They may have like jumped ship early because of that. They may have been like, whoa, that's a little harsh, or that's a little intense. Like, I'm going to mess up. I know I'm going to mess up. I'm the type of person that messes up. So then they leave, right? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. The other thing that I'm seeing mainly too is like with the 3 heartbreaks here, they need more heartbreak in order to they don't value a relationship that won't break their heart because they haven't experienced heartbreak yet. This was a very lovey relationship. This was a very lovey-dovey relationship. This was a definite partnership. We have the crane here indicating that the sex was off the charts. It's a precursor to a baby. I feel like with the wings spread out and this like giant, I don't know what this flower is. I'm thinking this is like the crown chakra flower or the flower of life or something like that. I don't know what that flower is, but the flower is making me think of abundance, a growth mentality, a growth mindset. I feel like this person wanted to grow with you, or you wanted to grow with them. The kiss was on fire. I keep getting that you guys, when you guys kissed, the kissing was amazing. You guys had the best like kissing. I feel like if you guys also have tattoos, they loved your tattoos. They loved your artistic choice with the tattoos. They felt like with the Strength card, you were something stable and reliable. But at the same time, with the Wheel of Fortune, they felt like you had the ability to keep things interesting and spin the Wheel of Fortune every once in a while and have things. They felt like there was a perfect combination of risk and security with you guys. They just thought it was too soon. They were like, this is too soon. I should not be with a person like this right now. Like, this person's really good for me, but I still have to. And here's the truth. The truth of the matter is, if you were the perfect person, they would have stayed, right? But the thing is, they have you there. If they think about you, well, I'm not going to say that, because this person could come back and want a relationship, and you guys might want to take them back. But if I were you, I don't know if I would, just because I feel like if they really liked you, like fully, they would have stayed, or they would have made an effort, right? Because no matter what age you're at, if you find someone that you're really compatible with, you're going to want to make that effort. There's just some vibe that they weren't ready, right? They could have not been ready because of a heartbreak, that they had a previous heartbreak, and then it was like scared them, that something was so good and it scared them. That's another possibility. Yeah, I feel for them in that situation too, because that's a tough place to be in, The thing is, whatever the reason is, I think they're going to come back. They just have difficulty committing. They don't know how to commit. Yeah, they definitely have difficulty committing. I think sexually you are really their type, because we see that here with the bear represented as their companion animal, and then also you represented as like the emperor, which is the father card. And I definitely see that there's this vibe that you are like their type. I'm trying to see if I see anything else. This is kind of a shorter reading than the others, I think. But I think that's it for this group. Sorry if this was a shorter reading than the other groups. There's just not that many messages coming through. Extra messages or like long-winded messages. It's really short and sweet, guys. I'm going to just reiterate. This person wants you, they like you a lot. It was like near perfect. It was near perfect, except for the fact that they either don't have enough experience yet, and they need more experience before they are in a partnership with you. They just feel like they're too young. There's something about feeling too young to be with you. Doesn't have to be an age. Like, they could have even been older than you. They just felt like they didn't have enough experience to settle down yet, if that makes sense. So whatever the age, even if they're older than you, I still feel like they're pretty young for this group. I'd be very surprised if they're like in their late 30s or early 40s. Like, I think this person is like 22. 22 is coming through pretty strongly, but I feel like this person's like young 20s, like just started being able to drink or something like that, and they're like partying, and they found you and you're perfect, but they're like tempted with the single life, like, man, there's still more out there, and like, what if, With Wheel of Fortune, I think that they're not afraid to take risks. Even though this was very stable with the Strength card, I feel like they're not afraid to like take risks, right? So I don't see this person as the type to cheat. So I don't see this as the type of person who's like, okay, I'm going to get into a relationship knowing that I can always get out of it or cheat later. This is not that type of person. This is the person who ghosted you because they didn't want to cheat on you, because they knew how they were. They knew their own personality. They also, with this inability to commit to a path once found, I think they have a hard time committing to relationships, just because they're inexperienced, and they're like, they see the security, they know it's a good thing. They think that like later in life, I'd want this security. I'd really admire the security. But right now, they're like, I want to have fun. I want to take a chance on life. I want to have an adventure, and they could have had an adventure with you. It would have been in a relationship, right? They just weren't ready to be committed, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Whether that's to past trauma, they need to be single a little bit more because they can't give their heart again, or that's because they need to have a few more heartbreaks before they finally get the. It's interesting because it's coming through in two ways. It's like they either need more heartbreaks to find the one, or they've had too many heartbreaks and it's blocking them from finding the one. If it's the latter, if they've had too many heartbreaks and it's blocking them from finding the one, if they do come back, not to give you guys like any advice or anything. I mean, don't take my advice. Like, I'm just giving the reading, but like my advice, you can like take or leave, right? But I'm seeing that like if it was like a heartbreak that was preventing them from being with you because they were scared of getting hurt, I would give them a chance if they come back to you, because they might be more prepared to be in a relationship because of that. If they're coming in clean, right, and they haven't had too many heartbreaks and they're coming in like unaffected, not hurt, I don't know if I would give them another chance. That's just my opinion, because they passed the first time around, so it's like Well, you know, what are you guys supposed to do? Just wait for them to have fun? I don't know. You guys can move on too. It just strikes me as something that they're definitely keeping you in mind because they want to come back later. But I would not wait for them if I were you. If I were you guys, I would just like live your life, right? With the Wheel of Fortune here, you have a lot of luck coming your way in relationships in the future. Think of this relationship as like a sign from the universe that says like you're going to get someone soon. It's like a little reminder that there are perfect people out there that kind of mesh perfectly with you, and that you could find one. It's just a matter of the timing, right? Like this person was not ready to settle down yet. So yeah, I'm going to end the reading there. If you guys like this reading, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. With that said, I'm going to end the reading there. I will see you guys in the next pick a card or on a future video on my channel. Goodbye. Hey, group 4, this is if you picked the Aquamarine, this blue stone. So very cool. Okay, so let's get into your reading. I'm going to draw one of these cards first. This is a deck I got off Kickstarter. I don't know the name of the deck off the top of my head, but they're these huge cards. I don't think you can get this deck anymore. The only thing that's coming to my mind, I think the deck creator lived in Oregon or Portland or something like that. Okay, Portland, Oregon, okay. Okay, we have 2. I'm just going to take the top one because these cards are so big. And we have the, what is this card? I think this is Roman numeral 10, 5, and 6. So I think, yeah, I think this is 16, which I think is 16 is the tower. Yeah. I'm thinking it's the tower. I'm just going based off the number right there. Because I think the 17th is the star, right? And then 19th is the sun, 20 is judgment, 18 is moon. And the tower I know comes right before the star, I think. So, okay, so let's get a card for who this person is, who goes to you. Let's get info about their personality. Let's draw from the middle here. Okay, so we have healer. Cool. And then I want to get some Austera tarot cards. It's getting hot in my house. Okay, let's see. I'm going to draw 2 for the top right here. We have, what is this card? 10 of Wands. And then we also have, or is that 10 of Swords? I don't think it's 10 of Wands. And the Devil. Let's get some other cards. Any other cards need to come out for why did this person ghost group 4? This one wants to come out. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the Hierophant. I'm going to take the top one here. We have Judgment. Okay, so you guys, this is a very specific message. I feel called to say if this did not happen to you, this is not your pile. It's possible that this particular reading, who goes to you, there's not a pile for you, or you're one of the other 3 piles. Because this is a very kind of like specific message. It's one of those things where if you'll know if it happened to you. If I'm like describing it, you'll know it happened to you, right? why this person ghosted you. Okay, first of all, we have healer here. So this person was doing their best at trying to heal you. The thing is, we have the devil represented by your part of the influence of your energy here, and then we have the tower kind of representing a little bit more of what was going on with you at this given time. You guys went through a shit show of a break in reality. Or you struggled deeply and you were dealing with either some kind of mental illness or some kind of hardship in life. Either you had some kind of loss that changed the way you thought or behaved. I feel like you guys were at a point in your life where you were quite crazy, or where you were having feelings of lots of destruction, right? You guys were being very destructive. Probably not your fault, because what I see here with the devil card, it could have been due to some kind of addiction or drug use or something like that. But you guys were having a really tough time as far as how do I put it? You were just struggling. This person was a person that was in your life that was trying to heal this part of you, right? Or that came into this life because they thought they could heal you. And they may have met you before this thing happened, right? But they may have met you in the midst of this, and they were trying to heal you. They thought okay, this person, I know they have this drug habit, or I know they have this drug habit. I know group 4 has this habit, this bad habit. I know it's making them crazy, but I still want to help. I still want to heal them. I'm a healer. I can heal them. I can get into a relationship with them. I love them. I'm going to heal them, and it's going to all be good, right? Now, here's the thing. They quickly learned that trying to heal you guys, kudos to you guys for being crazy. No, seriously, sometimes there's healers in this world, and they're good at healing some people, but they're not good at healing the craziest situations, if that makes sense. And you guys were really going through it. Something about this thing that had a hold on you that you were not able to escape. The devil talks about imprisonment, right? Because of something these devils holding these people in this jar right here. It talks about imprisonment or some kind of temptation that is imprisoning you, and it's making you crazy with the Tower card here. The vibe is that you guys were in such throes of dark energy and destructive forces that this person was I can't do it. They tried to heal you, but they had to learn. First of all, this is a lesson for this person, because this person needed to learn that there are things in this world that they can't heal with their abilities, that it takes, with the Judgment card here, this talks about empowering yourself. I feel like you guys are out of this energy right now. So don't, if you're, maybe you are in this energy still, I don't know. But I feel like with the Judgment card, you guys are out of it, or you're coming out of it, or you have the solid sense of judgment to know what you've been doing and how you've been in your relationships and in your life. And I feel like you guys are at this point, I don't think you guys should feel guilty about it or anything, because we all go through our lessons for a reason. I think you guys went through this crazy time and you dealt with this kind of addiction for a reason. You struggle with this temptation for a reason, and it was making you crazy, but you're out on the other side. With the Judgment card, we have an angel here, right? Totally overpowering the devil and saving you from this situation. So I feel like you guys are in your angelic energy now. You're not in this throes of destructive forces. And it just took this tower, this rearranging of your mind, in order for you to see and come out the other end and be that healing force that you are now. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm seeing as far as your transformation, your journey. Their journey with the healer card here was to learn they can't heal everyone, and people need to heal themselves. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. With the Hierophant, they could have taken a teaching role with you. They could have tried to heal you through education or knowledge or books, something along those lines. They soon figured out that you were a lot of work with this whale here with the 10 of Wands, right? This person's with these arms wrapped around the whale. They're trying to lift a whale up with human strength, right? It's not possible, right? This person took on a feat that they could not handle. And so instead of telling you this and saying I can't handle the crazy anymore, they just left. They just ghosted you. With the Two of Swords here, they really battled this in their mind. They really thought deeply about this. Do I leave them? Do I stay? Do I leave them? I'm not helping them. I might be making it worse. I probably need to leave. they really had this like weighing of the pros and cons, and their intuition led them to say like, you have to abandon ship. Like this person has to heal on their own. Don't engage with them. Don't talk to them. Just ghost them. Just leave, because in a way they were part of the problem. They were trying to heal you, but with the Hierophant here, I'm seeing that this knowledge that they were bestowing on you was kind of also part of the reason why you guys were going crazy too, right? It was like, wasn't helpful, or they were like trying to be helpful, but it was like just making you more stressed out is kind of what I'm seeing. Anyway, you guys are out of this energy. So even though this person's gone, and yeah, they were an amazing person, they had to ghost you. I don't think this person's coming back, just so you guys know. I think they're ghosted forever, and they learned a valuable lesson. They learned a valuable lesson that they cannot help everyone, and there's some people whose energy they can't succeed in helping, basically. Some people have to get out of the woods on their own, right? You know, it's like, you know, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. You can leave a trail of breadcrumbs, right? But if the person's blind, they have to feel their way out through the trees, right? That's a really bad analogy, but it's late. I'm tired. Anyway, so yeah, you guys had to get out on your own, essentially. You had to kind of leave your crazy town on your own. With the Judgment card here, you guys, your own judgment came to save you. You had good judgment. You were like, whoa, I'm acting like a fool right now. Like, I'm being crazy. Like, I'm doing all these horrible things, and this addiction, this thing that I'm suffering with, this thing that's got this grip wrapped around me, it's not good for me anymore. So with this judgment, with this sword here, I see you guys basically broke out of your prison with your own sword of truth, right? And you shattered those confines and you broke free of it. With the Tower card, this person knew you at your most destructive in your life. I'm telling you, this is the most destructive you will ever be in your life. They knew you at this point. Yes, they were a wonderful person. They had to ghost you because you were in this destructive energy, and you guys needed to learn how to get out of this on your own. This ghosting, this split between both of you was good for both parties. I guarantee you guys, because you learned to survive on your own. They learned they can't help everyone. They maybe have even learned a little bit of lessons on taking care of their own self too. But yeah, that's mainly what I'm seeing for this group. The thing I'm seeing too is I'm seeing all these people down here. There's little people. Let me show you guys. There's little people down here right there holding up this tower. There's like a whole bunch of group, and they're all trying to hold up the tower. I feel like a lot of people were trying to support you through this crazy period of yours. And I feel like you lost a lot of people in this period. For some of you, it was like 2 or 3 close friends left, or others of you, it was a lot of acquaintances, like a group ostracized you or something like that because of your behavior. The thing that I'm seeing though is you guys are out of this behavior. Like, you have the judgment, you're on your way to a better life for yourself, right? You've cut the confines of your own prison. Even if you backslide into this devil energy, you always will have that judgment energy within you that's ready to save you at any given moment, right? That's going to come in and save the day. This angel has implanted the sword of truth in your mind, and you know the truth about your situation. So you know how to get out of it. You know how to escape it. I think this was also a wake-up call for you guys too, the fact that you alienated this person, or this person felt like they couldn't save you, so they had to leave. I think you guys realized too that like, oh, people are just going to leave me if I don't change my behaviors. You know, people are going to just get up and walk away, you know, if I don't like change what's going on. A lot of you, honestly, like with this tower energy, I feel like a lot of this was something having to do with some kind of drug or some kind of addiction of some kind, something that you were tied to or imprisoned by that was really, how do I put this? It was just sucking out your soul. I'm sorry, like the devil takes your soul, and I feel like this was sucking out your soul, you know, and I'm just glad you're out of it. With this Judgment card here, this is such a beacon of hope. Like, this woman in this card is shining so brightly, and this sword she's brandishing is so clear, you know? Yeah. I think this person really tried to teach you a lot. I think that they were trying to teach you about life, teach you a lot of life lessons. I think you probably taught this person too, because it's the card in the middle. There's this vibe that they read a lot. This healer person read a lot of books or something like that, or you read a lot of books and you guys were sharing what you were reading in books with each other. I think this is the golden part of the relationship. I think you guys had a lot of fun sharing information. It's just that with these other energies, there had to be a split. Like, there was no other way this could have gone. I'm sorry to say. I know you guys kind of probably replay like, well, what if I did this or what if I did this? No, this was destined. This relationship was destined. They were destined to ghost you because you were meant to find your own strength on your own, right? You were meant to feel this angel from within you, right? Like, you guys are the angel, essentially. I think you're going to help a lot of people. You're going to heal more people than this person who prided themselves on being a healer was. You're going to actually heal more people than them with the sword of truth. Okay, I'm going to end your guys' reading there. If you guys like this reading, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. And with that said, this was the last group for today. I'm going to end the readings there, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card or another video on my channel. Goodbye, sayonara, adios.